Hi there, how are you?
Very well, sir.
Pretty nice. And what is your name?
My name is Ranjit Kaur.
And Ranjit, can I please have your passport?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And it shows your first name is Ranjit Kaur, right? And where are you from?
I am from village Nathwala Garbi. It is near Bagapurana district, Moga.
Okay. And are you a student or do you work?
Well, I have completed my graduation in fashion designing and diploma in library science. But nowadays I am taking English coaching classes to improve my English, and which is very beneficial for me in my future to continue my studies in abroad.
That's beautiful. So let's start part one of this test, in which I would ask you introductory questions on certain topics. So the first topic would be toys.
Okay.
What kind of toys did you play with in childhood?
Well, there are different kind of toys that I love to play during my childhood, such as cars, or video games. But my most favorite one was a Barbie doll, and I love to spend a lot of time and playing Barbie doll.
Okay, fantastic. How did the toys have changed since you were a child and now?
Well, there's a great change in the toys as compared to past, because in past there was just a toys like a doll or cars, but nowadays with the advancement of technology there's a great change in toys, or the most of the toys are electronic, like remote cars, or the dolls with the music or something. There's a great change nowadays.
Very nice, very nice. And have you ever gifted a toy to a child?
Well, definitely, I have gifted a toy to my niece, and he loved that toy a lot. That was a remote car, and he was a great fond of cars and loved to play with the cars.
Absolutely perfect. Okay, let me ask you a few more questions related to garbage. How do you feel when you see garbage on the streets?
Well, it is a very serious issue, because nowadays the garbage is increasing day by day, because the people are nowadays using a lot of items and throwing the wastage of that items on the roads, which is due to which people face a lot of health issues. It should be solved by awareing them about the disadvantage of
And
the
have you ever participated in any voluntary project that is related to the cleanliness of the surroundings?
Definitely, I have took a participate in volunteering work. In my college time, there was an NSS camp which was organized by college, and it was summer camp, and it was very beneficial for me to get more knowledge about regarding environment, or as well as keeping cleanness, how we can keep the environment clean, or the whatever.
And would you like to continue to take part in such projects?
Definitely, if I get a chance, I will definitely take a part in this kind of projects, because it is our duty to keep the environment clean, because as we have to live in this society or at this place.
Very nice.
It is very
Let me ask you a few more questions related to writing. Do you write more now, or did you write more in your school days?
Well, if we talk about the writing items, there's a great writing in my school time, as there was a lot of written at the college school time, as well as there's also homework also. So the writing work was the most a lot as compared to nowadays. As nowadays I have little work to write, or there's some.
And what kind of writings you do these days?
Well, I do like making list, or doing some reading articles. So that is a little one as compared to the past.
Okay. These days, more and more children give preference to typing on computer than writing on paper. What do you think about this?
Well, I think the typing is also beneficial for people, but I think the writing is the most important because this writing help us to improve the handwriting also, as well as we can improve the speed of writing. With the help, this can help us to get more knowledge about the new words, which cannot be known by the typing, and it's a very beneficial for us.
Fantastic. That is the end of part 1 of this test. And moving on to part 2 of the test, I'll give you a cue card for which you have to speak around 1 to 2 minutes. I'm giving you 1 minute preparation time as well. Here is a pencil and a paper. If you wish, you can make notes, and the cue card is right in front of you. After 1 minute, you have to deliver a speech for 1 to 2 minutes, and once your time is up, I will let you know. Well, your 1 minute preparation time is over. You may start the answer now.
Well, it's a very good thing to borrow things when if we need, and I think the sharing is securing. And I don't borrow things usually, but whenever I need an emergency, at that I'm used to borrow the things from other people. Here I'm going to talk about the thing when I borrowed from my friend. That is a book. It's an incident about my college time. I forgot my book at home, and it was very important for me to prepare my presentation, and for which the book was most important. I asked my friend for a book, and she told me that my book is free, you can go for my book for preparation of your presentation. I took her book, which was very beneficial for me, as it would if I go for the library, it took a lot of time in finding, as well as it was not available in library. But when my friend recommended me that you can take my book, it was very helpful for me. It gave me a lot of relaxation. With the full relaxed mind, I was able to prepare my presentation. The whole experience was very good for me because it saved my a lot of time, instead of like wasting time in searching book in library or asking from the teachers. I directly asked from my friend for the book, which was very good for me, and I loved the help. I loved the way she helped her. I always my presentation was prepared and everyone appreciated my presentation, I thanked her a lot, because with the help of her book I was able to prepare my presentation, and I was able to get a good grades in my presentation. I always thank her for this help, and that was the time when I borrowed something from my friend.
Very nice. Thanks. And let me ask you a few more questions related to the same topic, that would be borrowing. What kind of things people generally borrow from each others in your country?
Well, people have borrowed different kind of items from other, like such as jewelry, clothes, or something, books, or like different kind of items, money also. So these kind of items mostly people like to borrow from each other.
Some people hesitate to lend their things if somebody borrows. Why is it so?
Because there are some chances to get the damaged. For example, the most of the people don't like to share their belongings such as laptop or mobile phones, because they have a fear of getting damaged. For example, my brother gave a phone to his friend, spare phone to his friend, but when he returned back the mobile phone, the condition of the mobile phone was so worst, and he got irritated, and after that he decided to never lend anything to anyone.
Oh, that's very sad. And another question is, what age group is more comfortable in borrowing and lending things to each other?
Well, I think the teenage is nowadays very comfortable in borrowing things from other, because they have a more understanding now, understanding with each other, and they know the things to take careful, and they never they never misuse the item instead of throwing, or they always take care of the things whenever they borrow from others.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of excuses people often make if they do not want to lend their things to others?
Well, I think the most of people make the excuse is they have sent something for repairing. For example, if someone asks for the mobile phone or laptop, they say that my laptop is with my cousin, or he took at the home for watching the videos or doing the presentation. So that is the most excuse when people made, or whenever they don't want to give things to other.
Do you think that people often use the goods carelessly that they borrow from others?
Well, we'll not say that everyone goes careless towards the when they borrow the things. There are some people who take care of the items if they borrow from someone, and there are some people who take you as a careless, who don't take the understand the value of the things. So that people took it very careless and damage the items.
Some people believe that borrowing should be avoided at every cost. Why is it so?
I think the most of people avoid to borrow the items because it may create conflicts. Because when people borrow something from other people or the friends, it may create the conflicts because due to the damage of the items, they always try to keep the things properly, but there's some accidentals or coincidence that the item is broken down, due to which the conflicts get created, and they create the misunderstandings.
Fantastic. And this is pretty much all, and I wish you all the very best, my dear friend, and thanks for coming for the test, and wish you all the very best.
Thank you, sir.
First of all, download IELTS coaching application from Google Play Store. If you are an Apple user, then download My Institute app and enter code IELTS IELTS.